I have found even more cute and cozy games that have amazing accessibility options. So no matter how you play, from changing the text to changing the difficulty level, these games will help you enjoy cozy gaming. Hello everyone, and welcome back. In today's video, we are taking a look at some cute and cozy games that have amazing accessibility options in them. I did a video like this a couple of months ago and you absolutely loved it, and I love accessibility in games, so I thought I would do another one. It means that more people can enjoy these games and have fun while doing it, and I personally use accessibility as well, so I'm always on the lookout for cute and cozy games that include it. Accessibility comes in various forms, whether you're changing the music volume or adjusting the size of your screen on your computer. So we are going to look at each game, going to talk about it a little bit, and I'm going to talk about the accessibility options that each game offers. So grab a drink, get cozy, get comfy, and let's get into the first game. The first game is called Botany Manor. This game is actually coming out on the 9th of April and it is coming exclusively to Steam. Botany Manor is made by Whitethorn Games, and they have a whole accessibility tab on their website of every game they are working on and currently working on, and what accessibility options each game has, which is amazing. I will leave that down below in the description for you so you can go check that one out. But the accessibility options that Botany Manor offers is that there is no time limit for solving puzzles. On the PC, the mouse and keyboard are fully controller supported. You can also stop and look around with a single stick controller, and you can toggle or hold the look around option if you need to. The sprint is also a hold or toggle option. In audio, there are separate adjustments for sound effects and music. For text and reading, the read cues are with a plain text overlay, which is in the sans text. They also mention that they have a wide variety of camera options to help you feel less motion sickness, as this is like a first person game and there are lots to toggle on and off. So there's a vinaigrette mode, there are camera transitions, there's an invert camera, there are camera sensitivity adjustments, camera smoothing adjustments, field of view adjustments, and motion blur adjustments. And with the crosshair that you can put for motion sickness, you can toggle that on and off and adjust the size of it. The next game is called Venba, and this is available on Steam, on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, and on Xbox. Venba has 29 accessibility features in this game. I came across a website called Family Gaming Database, and it brings up lots of games that they have ran through and given you an accessibility report for all of the games that they have played as well. So I'm going to leave that link down below, because some of the games that I've mentioned in this list, they have gone through and made an in-depth report for accessibility, which is amazing. But for Venba, there is large subtitles, large text. You can also adjust the text for high contrast if needed. All the speech is subtitled and minimal reading is required. There is low pressure in the game and there are no jump scares. Reaction time isn't critical either, which means you don't need to quickly press a button in order to progress. Regarding the controls, you can play with just a mouse if you want to, or with just one controller stick if needed, and you can adjust the audio as well if that is needed. Next up we have Becon Pines, and this one is available on Steam, on Xbox, and on Nintendo Switch. Becon Pines is one of my favourite games of all time. I didn't actually need any of the accessibilities while I was playing this game because it was such a relaxing experience. I didn't realise that it had any of these features, so while I was doing my research, I was so happy when I came across this game so that more people can actually experience Becon Pines, because I love it so much. It has 23 accessibility features, There are no jump scares and no popping up scary effects. You don't need a quick reaction time with this game either. All speech is subtitled. Some of the dialogue is voice acted, but not all of the dialogue. You can also save the game at any time if you need to, but it does automatically save your progress, so you don't need to worry about it. With the controls on the PC, you can just play with the keyboard, and you don't need to hold down buttons for a prolonged period of time or repeatedly press buttons. The next game is called Thirsty Suitors, and this one is available on Steam, on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, and on Xbox. Thirsty Suitors was one of my favourite games of 2023. I didn't like it at all to start off with, but once I played around with the accessibility features and catered it to my needs, I fell in love with it. It has 28 features, so it has audio cues for visual events, which means that game events or progress are highlighted by visual icons, effects, or animation, which is very useful for blind players. Navigating menus provide an audio cue for each section, and you can change the medium contrast if you need. There's a large, clear navigation in the game, and the maps are clear to read. It provides clear, structured missions, and there are visual directional clues in the form of signposts to tell you how close you are to the next mission. In regards to text, the text color contrasts can be changed in the text menu, and all speech is subtitled, and some of the dialogue is voice acted as well. What I liked about the game is there is assisted progress with hints, and there is assisted progress with reaction time and button pressing. So the reaction time isn't as critical in some of the missions, so you don't have to press X as often or at a certain time, and you can change all of that in the settings as well. So it takes it into more of a low pressure situation, and at the very start there are 2 difficulty levels to select from, which is really nice. You can also auto-complete the skating mini games if you need to, and you can turn any of these assists on and off if you feel like you can complete one challenge more than the other challenge, which I really like, and this is what made me fall in love with the game. Also, if you fail at a battle or a challenge, you are asked if you want to change the difficulty or skip it altogether, which I absolutely love. Each chapter also reminds you of the story so far, and you can also look up all the characters and all the items in your Thirstpedia that you get given in your items map menu. Next up is a game called Lil Guardsman, and this is out on Steam, on Nintendo Switch, on PlayStation, and on Xbox. I love Lil Guardsman because it is fully voice acted, and I love the premise of this game and the puzzle elements. So I love that it has 36 accessibility features in this one. It does not have any reflex-based gameplay, and it has the occasional timed sequence, but they're very generous on time, and it allows the player to replay without any punishments, which are amazing. You can play with just the mouse if you need to, or you can play with mouse and keyboard. It is up to you, and only one button or key is required at one time, in addition to the directional stick. When you get started, there's a helpful tutorial so you know how to play, and a practice area so you can improve your understanding and skills of each thing. There is a low pressure and no jump scares. You have assisted progress with hints, and the game enables you to review the history of conversations and provides highlights of information you've gathered if you need it. You can also save at any time. Regarding the text, there is large clear text, and there is high contrast text if you need that. The subtitles are large and clear, and all speech is subtitled as well. As I said as well, all the dialogue is voice acted, but you can turn this off if you need to. With the game itself, the missions are very clear and understandable. It also indicates on the map which missions can't be attempted because you don't have the appropriate items. There are also visual clues that are signposted where to go next and how close you are. There are no flashes on screen, there are no screen shakes, and there are no busy backgrounds either. You can make them static or blank if needed, and it is colorblind friendly because the game doesn't rely on color, or you can switch to a colorblind friendly mode, which is amazing. You can also adjust the audio, and no audio cues are needed to play the game. The next game is called Wylde Flowers, and this is available on Steam, on Nintendo Switch, and on Apple Arcade. I always add Wylde Flowers to a list if I can, and I love that it's accessible to so many people. This one has 34 features. You can play with just the keyboard if you need to, or just the mouse, or keyboard and mouse if you want to. If you're playing on a phone or iPad, you can also play with a touchscreen. You don't need to hold down buttons for a prolonged period of time, and repeatedly pressing buttons is not required. There are no pressures in the game. There are no jump scares. You can also adjust the speed of the time of day if needed, so it can become very, very quick or very slow, up to you, however you need that. And when you're like fishing or hitting rocks, hitting trees, the reaction time on those isn't critical, so you don't need to be fully aware of being on time with reactions. You can also save the game at any point, and the audio is adjustable. Regarding the text, it has large, clear text, and you can also change it to become a high contrast if you need it. The subtitles can be larger if needed, and all of the speech is subtitled. There are captions to indicate who is speaking, and all of the dialogue is voice acted. And the last game we have is called Good Pizza, Great Pizza. This is available on mobile, on Steam, on Nintendo Switch, and on Amazon. Good Pizza, Great Pizza I've never talked about, but this is one you can actually play on your phone if you want to, and this has 23 features. The only issue I find with this one is that customers will tip less and become unhappy if it takes too long to prepare the pizzas, and you need to hold down a button to apply the sauce and the cheese. But other than that, you can use a touch screen if you need to, and you don't need to rapidly press the buttons. There is a tutorial so you can get used to it to start off with, and there is minimal reading in this game. There are no flashes and no screen shakes, and again, there is no busy background, so the background isn't distracting. It is also motion sickness friendly and colorblind friendly. You can also play the game without hearing, so you don't need any audio cues to play the game. So one of these games on the list I would have absolutely given up playing after about 30 minutes if it wasn't for the accessibility options that they actually offer, because I didn't like it and I just couldn't make it work for me. But after sorting through the accessibility options and tailoring it to what I needed, it made it one of my favorite games of 2023, and this is why I love accessibility so much, and why I think it is so needed in the cozy gaming space, because I fell in love with this game and I haven't stopped thinking about the storyline and my experience with the game ever since I've stopped playing. And if I couldn't have changed the game the way I wanted to, I wouldn't have been able to experience it, and that makes me feel really sad. So those are the cute and cozy games that have amazing accessibility options. Let me know in the comments down below, which game are you going to try, or have you tried any of them with the accessibility options? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more cute and cozy games. A big thank you to my channel members. Thank you so much for being one. It means the world to me, so thank you. I will leave the previous video about all of the games with accessibility options at the end for you as an end card, so you can go back and watch that if you didn't watch that one already. Have an amazing rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!